Hi, good evening, guys. We're doing something different to our shed, and hopefully it'll be a success. We have this little gas heater, and the other day, this whole place could have been completely destroyed. What happened was we had some severe frosts here in sunny Kilmarnock. Haha. Oh. And I had turned off the gas on the cylinder outside. So the following day, I'd come out to do some work and I had discovered something hugely wrong. When I turned on the tap outside, there seemed to be a very loud rushing noise. I didn't really pay any attention to it until I came in here and turned on the gas for this small heater, not the larger one that's sitting there, but for this small one. And what happened was there was a huge amount of gas coming flying out of it. And by the time I got out to the cylinder and turned off the main cock, the place was humming with it. So I had to leave the door open and keep away from it. But it very much scared me. And since then I've got a new regulator. That's why this is now running. But I decided at that point I was going to go and buy one of these Chinese heaters, which I've got now. I've, how can I put it? Initially, I was going to put it outside. Then I thought, no, I don't want to put it outside. But I was a bit concerned about the heat from the exhaust system causing some damage to the wood and possibly causing a fire, which would be worse than this. So, what I have done is I have decided to go for it inside, but I'm going to take precautions so as we do not have a possibility of a fire. Now, as you can see, it's sitting on a sheet of copper laminate board at the moment. That's just temporary. I don't want to use copper laminate board just for a heater on. It's then sitting. That is then another plinth. This one here, and then another plinth that I got made up for me. Now, a bit of the smaller one. So of course all the hot pipes, etc., are living in this box. So I've put a wee bit of ventilation, a few holes in it on the side there, same on the other side, and also drilled a number of holes underneath the actual smaller plinth onto the larger plinth underneath, which hopefully that will help. But the routing of the exhaust is such that it lives outside. Now the pipe's too short, so I've had to order some more, which I've got today. I shall show you that. And some other things as well to facilitate doing the job. This is a longer length, much longer, and it comes with another exhaust. They're quite cheap actually, and it's just the same stuff. Also bought some thermal wrap, right? Which I'm going to wrap round this on that run, as we can see, that comes out of the box. I'll wrap it all the way up to the inner. This is OSB board on the inside, and there's a cavity between this and the outside. So I'll run that there up to this, and of course through the boarding as well. I'm thinking of making up 2 plates, one each side, to route it. But the hole that I'm going to drill through there is 85mm, right? The pipe's only 25, so there's plenty of clearance. Plenty of clearance there, and of course we will have the thermal wrap round it so as it's not likely to be flammable. So that's the plan. We've connected up the wiring, we've done the pump, we've got the controller on the board, and we're running it from my 12-volt system, solar system. So of course it's got batteries. We've got 400 ampere of 12-volt storage, so these things have to run down, so we're not going to have a problem with that. Even during the winter time when there's not a lot of light, I do have a backup charging system anyway, just in case we don't get a lot of light and not a lot of charge. But as you can see, we've got 13 volts in it, and we've got all these other lights on, that's mains operated lights, these ones, but you see the strips, these strips are 12 volt. In fact, if I turn the light out, you can see, but there's also these wee boys here. Put them on and get some more light again. So there you go. I wonder if that's brought the voltage down. Nah, we're still sitting at 13 volts. It could be 12.5, or I think if it's above 12.5 it will say 13, and if it's above 13.5 it will say 14. Yeah. So there you go. Anyway, and the inside temperature says 11 degrees, which that one says 10.3, but you'll probably find this a wee bit warmer this end than that end. Anyway, the place is a complete mess because I've been doing all this. Anyway, so this is the we've made a few kind of errors, to be fair, and changes down the line, hence the reasons why there's some anomalies here. This is the inlet pipe, and what I did was I already thought about having the inlet filter in the inside of the shed, but I don't think that was a good idea. I've got another bit of that pipe in order, so this is just done like that, just sleeved it so as I can get all the dimensions and sizes right and so on, and this will be screwed on eventually, or this onto this bottom plinth, etc. And what we have to do now is redo the exhaust. I made a slot in the side here. As you see, that's the wee holes for cooling, and this is the plate you get with it. That's mounted to, and the rubber gaskets underneath. So what we're doing is we're having that a larger hole there for the pipe to go through, and we'll do that probably tomorrow, hopefully. Got a bit of a sore throat, right enough, a lot of colds around and things like that at the moment. It's going to make my voice a bit rough, a wee bit out of breath actually with it as well. But as we can see, the pump angle is now correct. Oops, I put the light on. Oh, that's alright. Pump angle is correct. We've got the filter, which is the first thing down, runs into the pump, and then through that loop back in through into the plinth here, and this is the pipe with a grommet so as it doesn't get chafed. And the supply runs up here. I put some of that wiring sheathing stuff around it to make it look a bit neater, but the negative lead comes out up to about here, so I had to bit of join in it. There's a bullet connector in there, I think, just in there somewhere anyway. Take my word for it. And that's the wire that goes down to the pump. So then it comes up through here into that. You got your positive and your negative. It's quite a thin wire actually, a positive, and that's the negative that I used. It comes up to this. It's not a fused plug. It says it's a fused plug, but it's not, because there's a fuse there. It's just wired directly onto the terminal. You can't get 20 amp fuses that size, as far as I know, so that's the reason I've done it that way. That's a 20 amp in there. So that runs up to the system, and that should keep the thing running. So hopefully tomorrow we'll have diesel in it. I've got some diesel today, and we'll fill it up. We'll get all the exhaust done, and we'll see how it runs. The other thing I'll need to do is, of course, is this other piece of inlet pipe, this air pipe down here. I'll get that done, but that's fine. Hopefully I'll have that as well tomorrow. I do say that the air intake to the wall should be the air intake to the wall should be 20 centimeters. Now, I've seen many videos of them where they're not, and much less, in fact sometimes even less than this. So it's an old case of suck it and see. We'll see how it runs. I don't think this particular what do you call it, sensor, controller, does an awful lot. It's less though than the others, but apparently there's a kind of an alpine setting that you get with them, and that actually is for when you're higher up, and some recommend running it on that. So that might be a possibility. Hold on to turn this light off thing. There you go. Sorry about that. But I don't know. I'm not sure yet regarding this controller, exactly what you do with it. So I need to do a bit of reading. There's all sorts of wee buttons here, so Goodness knows what it does. I don't know. Oh, there's another button there. Alright, okay. No, I did need to do a wee bit of reading up on that and a wee bit of research to see exactly what we do beforehand. But there we go. So anyway, we're more or less complete. Just got the exhaust to do and the other pipe, and we'll run it up. So hopefully once it's running, we'll come back with another video and let you know how it is. Okay, thank you for watching. Take care everyone now. All the very best.